What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. KB Gilliam here. If you're a new and returning subscriber, hey y'all. And if you're new, welcome. So I thought today we would look at a dating horror story. Yeah. How many of y'all actually been on a first date and it was total trash? Like, you left wondering, why the heck did I even come on this date in the first place? Like, they weren't chivalrous, they weren't respectful, or, you know, the vibe just wasn't there. There was no chemistry at all. How many of y'all dealt with that? I know I have. But let me know in the comments if y'all ever dealt with anything like that. But yes, that's going to be today's topic. We're going to look at a singular story that's going to be pretty juicy, I believe. I haven't even watched it all the way through yet, so you're going to get my genuine reaction. We're going to watch this together. So again, welcome to my channel. And before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, and hype the video up, y'all, because that'll help push my content out. And if you like more content like this, please let me know down in the comments as well. And without further ado, let's get right into it.
This is going to be a story about my first date ever, aka the worst date I have ever been on and hopefully will ever be on. This is crucial context. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, so I was not allowed to date in school, never had a boyfriend, never had a first kiss, none of that in school ever. So when I left the religion at 18, one of the first things I did was download a dating app because, like, I just felt so behind. I felt like everyone had their first kiss. I felt like everyone was hooking up already. I felt behind. So I was like, I need to do this for me. I was in my, like, empowerment stage. I was like, this needs to happen. So I download all the dating apps. I matched with this guy on Bumble. Oh God, just thinking back on it, it's like bringing up all these old feelings. This was 4 years ago, and I kind of trauma blocked half of this shit out, so bear with me here. I had very, very low self-esteem, so I was very intimidated by men. I didn't think men would ever like me. Never thought I would be able to have a boyfriend. Never thought anyone would ever love me. Whatever. All that to say is this is not someone that I would pick out in a line of men. He was like a gamer dude. If you're a gamer guy, this is food coloring. If you're a gamer guy, no shade to you, but just not my type, personally. We're talking, this dude tries to mold me into his perfect gamer girlfriend. He, makes me download Discord. I don't know anything about gaming, games, anything like that. I never heard of Discord, but he makes me download Discord. He shows me how to play League of Legends. So for about a month, we're just talking on Discord, getting to know each other, and our humor is there, but, like, looking back, it's like, oh girl, you could have done so much better. Anyways, about a month into talking online, he's like, okay, we should meet up. I'm like, cool. So he's like, I'm gonna take you to Cheesecake Factory. Oh, by the way, I was 18, this man, I'm pretty sure it was either 23 or 24 at the time. Keep that in mind. Looking back, oh, I wouldn't have done any of this, okay? Looking back, I'm such a different person right now, but at the time, the girl that I was then is not the girl that I am now. The girl that I was then, she was so desperate. Poor girl, she was so desperate for any male attention, for anybody to love her, for anything. Okay, I'm like, cool, let's go to Cheesecake Factory. The day of, I'm getting ready, I'm excited, I got my best little fit on, I'm doing my little makeup, and then I get a text from him that's like, hey, forgot to mention, my friend is coming from out of town, and he's staying with me, because it's his birthday. Would you mind if he, comes to Cheesecake with us, and eats with us? Little old me is like, you know what? Sure, your friend that I don't know you, but I'll definitely don't know your friend, can come with us on our first date, first time ever meeting, to Cheesecake Factory. Cool, type shit.
No. I would have immediately canceled the date. You mean to tell me you're taking me out on a first date and you want to bring your homeboy along? Heck no. Absolutely not. And let me know if y'all agree in the comments. For her to be 18 and this guy to be, what she said, 23, 24 years old, what does a 20, 24 or 23-year-old want with a fresh 18-year-old. I mean, it ain't like a creepy age gap, but it's enough. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It's not the worst age gap. Y'all let me know in the comments. I definitely would have canceled this date though. Like, you're not gonna. You first off, you taking me to Cheesecake Factory, and then second of all, you want to invite your friend. He could stay at the house. He don't have to come on our date. In that case, I'll bring a friend of mine too. I mean, y'all might try to take advantage of me. I don't know, but let's continue.
Type shit. He's like, awesome. Oh, and also, by the way, I used to suck his in college. Now I'm looking for the cameras. Cause what? Wait, one more time. Rewind. I used to suck his in college. Obviously, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this isn't a good idea. Then he automatically is like, no, it's okay. It was a while ago. And we don't have feelings for each other. It was just a really hard time, and we were both stressed.
Oh, that caught me completely off guard. What in the... This poor girl, if it wasn't enough to cancel the date after he wanted to invite the friend over on their date, deal breaker now. And I have nothing against that community, but you know, that's a big bomb to drop on somebody just before the first date. I'm sorry. That's a huge bomb. And why would you tell anybody that? I feel like you could have. I mean, I guess he was doing his due diligence by, putting it out there, but let's keep watching.
We were both stressed and it was platonic. And we just
ain't
weren't
nothing platonic about that.
We sucked each other's one night. So little me, little 18-year-old, very, very naive me, is like, you know what? Okay, let's think about this. It was a while ago. He says they were stressed. He says they were stressed, that all they had was each other. Just two bros helping each other out. Right. So he was like, I totally understand if this is like a turn off for you. I get it. But I just wanted to let you know, just so I could like have a good conscience going into this. I'm like, cool. You know what? Sure. To hell with it. You know what? Because we're just doing shit at this point. Sure. Again, I would never do this. 22-year-old me would never do this. But 18-year-old little me, she was like, you know what? I am gonna be okay with it just so I can go on this date. I just want to push myself. I want to go on a date. And that's literally all I wanted to do is go on a date. So I went with it. I was like, okay, thank you for telling me. Let's still go on the date. He's like, cool, I'm gonna pick you up. I walk outside, I'm all excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm going on my first date, woo! He pulls up. I see a sedan with not one man, not two men, which is what I was kind of expecting if it was gonna be him and his friend. No, not two men, not three men, 4 men inside of this Toyota Camry, Honda Civic, whatever the fuck it was. 4 men come to pick me up for my first date with this dude that I found on Bumble. I open the door. I see him in the driver's seat, the friend that he sucked his in the passenger, 2 men in the backseat. I'm like, hey, who are all these folks? And he's like, yo, here's my friends. They all came to see my other friend that I sucked his dick in college that I just told you about 30 minutes before our date. They all came to see him for his birthday, and we're all gonna go to dinner together. What? I'm sorry, what? 22-year-old JL wouldn't do this, but 18-year-old JL got in the car still. I wish I could time travel and slap myself across the head, because what are you doing? But I get in the car with 4 random men. Multiple times in the story, I could have been harmed. I could have been greatly harmed, but...
Yeah. See, remember what I said earlier? He want to bring his friend on our date, and I don't know if y'all gonna try to harm me or something. And this poor baby got in the car with 4 other strange men. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. See, this is why I think, parents shouldn't be telling their kids or pushing their kids to explore at a too young of an age. But I do feel like when you overly shelter your kids and when they finally get of age and become an adult, they might do things that they aren't aware are dangerous, such as this. She was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, so she never dated until she became 18 years old. And so she's just letting any and everything happen. And I think that can be really, really problematic and dangerous. So you definitely got to let your kids kind of venture out a little bit, but, or at least sit down and tell them right from wrong when it comes to dating, even if you don't necessarily want to allow it at that moment, but at least give them some red flags, give them something to go off of so things like this won't happen, because this could have ended terribly, terribly wrong for this girl. And I'm glad she's okay to tell the story. But anyways, let's keep watching.
It happened, it's in the past, so that's why I'm telling you guys this. I get in the car. Now, there's a cheesecake factory about 20 minutes from me. So I'm under the impression that's the one we're going to. So this man gets on the highway. He's driving, and he keeps driving. I'm like, all right, where the f*** are we going? Because Cheesecake Factory was about 3 exits ago. He's like, oh yeah, so we're actually going to go to the one close to my house. I'm like, close to where's your house? He says, oh, Kennesaw. Kennesaw? For those who don't know, I live in Atlanta. Kennesaw is about an hour away from Atlanta. So I'm like, oh, cool. So I'm in a car with 4 fully grown men driving about an hour away from my house to go to Cheesecake Factory on a first date. We're all caught up? All right.
Oh no, drop me off. Take me to the next exit, drop me off. I'm gonna call my mom, my dad, my sister, my best friend, whoever, catch an Uber or a Lyft. You're not taking me an hour outside of where I live. Oh no. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I would have been scared for my life. The way my anxiety is set up, I would have been in the back seat or front, wherever she was sitting. I would have been probably in a panic, because would y'all? Let's keep watching.
We finally get to Cheesecake Factory. It takes a second for us to be seated. Oh, no, wait. I forgot about this. Oh, my God. We pull up to Cheesecake Factory. Everyone gets out the car. I officially, shake everyone's hands. It's so awkward and weird thinking about it. And then I hug him, and then it's, weird. And then the trunk starts opening. I look. Another man crawls out the trunk. They're all laughing. They're like, oh my God, dude, I can't believe you survived. I'm like, what the f***? 5 men. With me at Cheesecake Factory.
I hope she ain't right back home with these people.
We enter the Cheesecake Factory. It takes us a while to get seated because there's 6 of us. It's not even a date anymore. It's just a birthday party, and I'm just some random girl that is there too. I order a pasta. He ordered a juicy steak. Remember that for later. It's me, him, his friends over here. It's so awkward because they're talking about games and shit I don't know about, and college. Apparently they all went to college together, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just trying to have some sort of interaction with the man I'm on a date with. There's a family behind us. There's a family behind us, and there's a little baby. I start doing this to the little baby because I'm like, I don't want to talk to these people. I don't know any of you, and I want to go home. I'm talking to the little baby. I'm like, hey, little baby, hey, little baby. The baby's laughing. My date looks back, sees I'm talking to the little baby. He's like, oh, that's so cute. I love a woman with maternal instincts. You will make such a good mother for my children. I don't think so. What? At this point, my face is sun-dried tomato red. I want to go home more than anything in the world. I was like, you know what? Maybe this is just, I couldn't even tell you my thought process at the time, because like me right now would never do any of this. I don't know what was going on in that little girl's brain, but I stayed there. The check comes out. He's like, oh, let's split it. Didn't pay for my food. So I'm like, cool. I finally get to go home. He's like, actually, let's go back to my house, guys, so we could pregame. Pregame what? My bad, I forgot this is actually your bestie's birthday celebration and you don't give a about me. Right, so we go back to his house. I'm in this random man's house. I meet his lesbian mom. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? Anyway, yeah, they're drinking. I've never had an alcoholic beverage before. I'm 18 years old. Like, I've been a Jehovah's Witness my entire life. I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting on the couch while they're pre-gaming. He tries to like start conversation with me a little bit. I'm on my phone scrolling. I'm looking at Ubers because at this point, like, I don't even need a ride home. I want to go home. But I'm looking at Ubers and it's rush hour and I'm an hour away from my house. So the Uber is costing $75 to $80. I am 18. I don't think I had I had a very low paying job at that time. I could not afford to pay $80 to go back home. So I'm literally stuck at this random man's house. I think he saw like how uncomfortable I was. So he was like, hey, why don't we like go out on a walk? There's a trail outside my house.
Don't do it.
I'm like, you know what? Sure. Sure. I don't have anything to lose at this point. It. So we go. At this point, the sun is starting to set a little bit. So I'm like, you know what? Like, honestly, like, I would rather just go home. I don't really want to be like out walking with some random man. And he's like, no, it's okay. I understand. Bro pulls out a pocket knife and hands it to me. He's like, here, take this. If you ever feel uncomfortable, you can just whip it out. He was a very tall man. Definitely 2 times my body weight. And he gives me this puny ass little pocket knife. Looking back, I'm like, bro, that wouldn't have done shit. If this man actually wanted to harm me, that wouldn't have done shit. But my stupid ass took the knife and wandered into this trail with this random man. We're walking, we're talking. He tries to hold my hand. I'm like, I don't want to hold your hand. I'm telling him all the shit about like my shit that I got going on. He's talking about his shit that he's got going on. And he's just all around
Real quick, I would make that pocket knife work. Now, we could make it work. You play dumb games, you win dumb prizes. So, mess with me if you want to. You could do some damage with that little pocket knife if need to. Because if it's like me versus you, it's going to be me. So, tread lightly. But she's just making all the wrong decisions on this date. And that goes back to what I said earlier. Parents need to train the child and let them know right from wrong, how to seek out red flags. And you know, all the things, because this right here this is terrifying. Again, I'm glad she's here to tell the story. Let's keep watching.
Weirdo. Bro tells me he has a breeding kink. I don't know what that is because I'm naive. I'm like, all right, don't know what that means. So he's telling me about it while we're in the dark in the middle of the forest in this walking trail. I'm like, oh, I f***ed up. I shouldn't be here right now. This is a bad decision. So I'm like, you know what? I have to go home. I just cut him off. I was like, I have to go home. He's like, oh, all right, okay, I'll walk you back. We turn around and he's like, wait, before that, let me just, and then he swoops in, holds my face like this, and starts shoving his tongue in my mouth. That was my first kiss, by the way. And you know what? Because he just had a juicy steak from Cheesecake Factory, it tasted like steak. It tasted like steak and garlic and onions and tongue and gross. And I remember pulling back and spitting because I'm like, ew! It's so awkward at this point. I'm like, take me home. We get out the trail. We're back in his house at this point.
I would have called
and
the
I'm
police.
like, okay, can you please drive me home? And he's like, yeah, I can in a second. Let me just, like, have some fun with my buddies. You know, he came all the way from out of town. He's here, and all of our friends are here. I'm like, you know, it's all right. I'm gonna just call an Uber. At this point, the Uber's a little lower. It's about $50. So I call myself a $50 Uber. 1 hour away from my house. I get in that Uber and I never look back. I pay for the Uber, by the way. Naturally. I naturally pay for the Uber. And that was the weirdest date I have ever been on. There's so much other shit that I blocked out of my memory. Like, he had this weird relationship. Like, he had this weird, like, thing. Like, he was like, oh, can you wear overalls? Because I have this picture of my mom and these overalls, and I just love the way she looks in them. He had weird shit going on up there. He was not. It makes me want to throw up just thinking about it. Looking back, it honestly just makes me so sad that, like, the girl I was then, like, was so desperate to find love and so desperate to, like, be normal and, like, do normal shit that I thought this was my best option. And that's honestly what makes me the saddest. And it also freaks me out thinking, like, damn, I really could have died that night. If he wanted to harm me, he could have. He had multiple chances to. At the one point, there were 6 men. No, there were 5 men and 1 me. 18-year-old girl and, like, 22 to 24-year-old guys. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? But also, what the fuck was he thinking? And it led to a whole bunch of other shit. Like, my dad ended up finding our messages and he got really pissed at me. I mean, thinking back, it's like, obviously. But at the time, I was like, you don't understand. You don't understand me. It honestly caused a really big strain in our relationship. We're all good now, but at the time, it was rough. And then after I got home from that date, I broke down and cried. And then after that, I didn't go on another date until like 2 years from then, because I was so uncomfortable with men. I didn't even want to look at men. For a second there, I thought I was lesbian, because I was like, men don't even turn me on. Like, I'm not even attracted to looking at that shit, because that one man just fucking ruined it for me. But now I have a lovely boyfriend and I love him, so I guess everything worked out in the end. But yeah, that was the weirdest, disgusting, grossest, worst date that I've ever been on, and I would never do anything like that ever again. And I am so mad at myself for ever putting myself in that situation.
Wow. Wow. Y'all, what did y'all think of that story? That was a wild ride. I hate that was her first date. Like, there's so many other terrible first dates you could go on, but that was kind of like a horror movie. it could have went left and could have went wrong in so many other ways than it already did. And I'm so glad she's here to tell the story. I'm glad she has a loving boyfriend now and that she can experience like a true relationship. But that, I understand why that first date put a bad taste in her mouth altogether, about dating and being with men, because that's horror. That's horror. I feel so bad that that was her first date, her first exposure to being with a man. And for him to shove his nasty tongue down her throat, I would have called the police. I probably would have called the cops. Like, I'm gonna get away out of here. And him wanting her to dress like his mom, that's weird. Y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. That story was wild. I would never, ever advise any young girl to ever put themselves out there like that. Always find your own ride to a date. Don't get in a car with any strangers. I don't care how old you are. And always let somebody know where you're going, like a mom, your dad, a friend, grandma. Let somebody know where you're going to be at, just because anything can happen. And it would be nice to know that you could call someone who already know you're in X location and be like, hey, can you pick me up, or, check on me in XYZ hours or minutes, because if you're going to go that route of going with somebody in their car, like, and even if you do take your own self and have your own transportation, definitely still let somebody know who you love and trust know where you're going, so that they can like keep an eye and ear out for you, if you know what I mean. But anyways, that's my take on the story, and I would love to know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all horror dating stories are in the comments. I would love to read those. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hype the video up again, and I will see y'all in the next one.